January 30th. You've been promising yourself for exactly a month that this year would be different. The gym, the language, quitting that bad habit. And here you are, exactly the same as in December, maybe worse. But before you start feeling like a failure, let me tell you something that will forever change how you see this moment. What you're feeling right now has been felt by the Aztecs, medieval monks, Siberian shamans, and the 4 billion people who are failing right alongside you today. This isn't weakness. This is the oldest ritual of humanity, working exactly as it's supposed to work. Today is January 30th, and I need you to understand something that no motivational video will ever tell you. The fact that you've already failed all your New Year's resolutions is probably the most deeply human thing you'll do all year. I'm not saying this to make you feel better. I'm saying it because I've spent years studying human behavior, and what I discovered about this specific moment in the calendar completely changed my perspective on failure, ritual, and what it really means to be part of this strange species we are. Let's start with the cold numbers. 92% of people fail their resolutions before February. 25% quit in the first week. Only 8% make it to December with their goals still alive. These numbers repeat year after year, decade after decade, in every country that celebrates the Gregorian New Year. And here's the question no one asks. If failure is so predictable, so universal, so absolutely guaranteed, why do we keep doing it? Why do millions of people every December swear that they'll change, knowing statistically that they won't? The answer lies in something anthropologists call rites of passage. Every human civilization has created ceremonies of renewal, where people attempt to symbolically kill a version of themselves in order to be reborn as someone new. The Aztecs sacrificed blood every 52 years to reset cosmic time. Medieval Christians whipped themselves during Lent to purify their souls. Tibetan Buddhists spend weeks building perfect sand mandalas only to destroy them at the end. And all of these rituals have something in common that's crucial to understanding what's happening to you right now. None of them work literally. The Aztec didn't actually restart time. The monk didn't physically erase his sins. The Buddhist destroyed something genuinely valuable. And you aren't going to become a different person just because the calendar changed by one number. But here's the twist. The ritual doesn't fail. The ritual works perfectly. Its true goal was never what you thought. The real purpose of the New Year's ritual isn't for you to change. It's for you to belong. When you say out loud or post on social media on January 1st that this year you're going to be different, you're not making a plan. You're performing a tribal communion. You're saying, I want it to get better too. I have hope too. I am part of this group that believes in the possibility of transformation. And when you fail 30 days later, you're not failing alone either. You are performing the second half of the ritual, the part no one explained to you, but that is equally important, the reintegration into the community through shared failure. The sociologist Emil Durkheim had a concept that explains this perfectly: collective effervescence. Those moments where an entire society feels the same emotion at the same time. New Year's is effervescence of hope. The end of January is effervescence of mourning. And shared grief turns out to be a stronger social glue than shared joy. When you see thousands of people on your screen confessing they also failed, when you read comments from people admitting the gym lasted 2 weeks, when your friend sends you a meme about abandoned resolutions, you are participating in a ceremony of belonging as ancient as human language. The Amazonian tribes studied by Claude Lévi-Strauss had initiation rituals where young people were required to fail their first test. Failure was written into the script, because the goal was never for the young person to prove individual competence. The goal was for them to experience vulnerability and then be welcomed back by the community. The message was, you failed, but you're still one of us. That's exactly what's happening right now on millions of screens around the world. And there's something deeper still. New Year's resolutions are a rehearsal for mortality. Think about it for a moment. This year, I'll be different is the soft version of before I die. I want to do something meaningful. Every January 1st, we practice the idea that time is finite, that a version of ourselves can die, and another can be born, that we can have regrets and second chances. And when we fail our resolutions, we confront an uncomfortable but liberating truth. You can't be reprogrammed. There is no fresh start. There is no new you. There is only this you, with your history, your inertia, your traumas, your real limitations. Accepting that is not resignation. It is existential maturity. Now that you understand failure is part of the design, not a glitch in the system, you have new options you couldn't see before. You can keep playing the game, but now with awareness, enjoying the illusion of January and the catharsis of February, like someone watching a sad movie, knowing it's fiction, but crying anyway because the emotional ritual still works. Or you can do something more radical. Invent your own cycle. There is no neurological or spiritual reason why the year has to start on January 1st. The Andean cultures had 3-year cycles. The Maya used 260-day calendars. The Jewish New Year happens in the fall. Your brain doesn't understand Gregorian calendars. Your brain understands symbols, repetition, and community. If you decide that your new year starts on your birthday, or every equinox, or every time you change jobs, and build a personal ritual around that, it will work just as well. But here's the final paradox I want to leave you with. Even if you create your own cycle, even if you hack the system, even if you become completely aware of the game you're playing, you will probably still fail. And that's okay, because the goal was never to change. The goal was always to remember that you are human. And being human means belonging to a species that has spent 100,000 years saying tomorrow will be different, failing, confessing it around a fire, and then somehow feeling more connected precisely because we've failed together. Today is January 30th. You've already failed. We've all already failed. Welcome to the oldest ritual of humanity. Welcome to the most beautiful failure of the year.